All right. So, hello. Um, I'm going to do like a little bit of a thought of experiment because I can't remember the last time I've done this, if I ever done it in my life. But I'm going to go find out the meaning of my life. So, of course, I'm just saying that kind of silly like, but like, I find there's two main things. One is being happy because and then the other is work. You gotta work in order to survive. But what's the point of surviving if you're not happy? Besides, if you're not happy, you can't think properly. And if you can't think properly, you can't work properly. Because you'll be too busy with like emotions that will actually kind of like destroy your body a little bit. And then like you won't have the energy and you won't be able to think properly because you'll be in a depressive rut all the time. So knowing to be happy is a good thing, but you have to know like the nice like work life balance whatever that like you can be happy but also be able to work at the same time. Usually like what I'll see from most people is they'll either go like too much into the work mode or too much into the like happiness mode and like they just won't be able to get things done properly. And that is the thing. It's like I don't know like the proper balance for that, but I figure I go list off some things to figure that stuff out. So there's gonna be like three parts to this video. Is one is it's gonna be happy stuff. Then I'm gonna go on over to the work stuff, and then I'm gonna go and do a final thing that I find kind of silly. So, let's see how to start this off. I mean, with happiness, I'm gonna go for like one type of happiness, and then I'm gonna go like see what kind of activities can cause those types of happiness. Like, let's see, what would be like a general kind of happiness to start things off with? I don't know. Let's see. Well, I guess you could say compliments, maybe. But like that's a thing that's like you can't really control that too much. But like so I'm just gonna like put that there for now. What else? Like feeling fulfilled? But what does that mean? Um like getting work stuff done, which is one of those things that's like you can have like work and happiness at the same time, but like you have to like kind of figure out what you need to like do for that. Hope I'm making sense. I am doing this way too late at night. But yeah. And as for this, it's like compliments, like we can't really do anything for that. I mean, you can go fish for compliments, you can change things, but from what I can tell, anything when it comes to compliments, it's not worth it. It'll come naturally, though. But of course, that's the kind of thing that happens like from like what kind of person you are. For me, like I like compliments, but at the same time, a lot of the time it won't feel like it's required. So I go more for like trying to be like fulfilled from like doing tasks that I like to do. Let's see what else. Um, ooh, here we go. Here's a little bit of a spicy one. Rivalry. That's kind of a fun thing. Like duels and sort of stuff like that. It's just like ooh, because I like being able to be like we're improving our skills and such. Like we'll see like try to push each other to be like the best that we can possibly be, and then like that kind of like combines like complimenting and being fulfilled, but it's also like its own little category. So I am realizing this is going to be a lot harder of a thought experiment than I thought, and I don't think I'm going to be able to have all the space on this board. Who would have thought to talk about something as broad as happiness? What are some things? Oh yeah, first of all, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna cross out the compliments because we don't fish for those. Rivalry is something you have to be careful about, because it's very easy for people to like take things too personal and then like become enemies with each other. So, and a lot of people don't know how to do that properly. So rivalry is kind of like you'll find it when you see it. Otherwise, it's a bit iffy. So, what can I do? But yeah, I don't know. I mean, my first thought is duels in video games, but like, that's the first thought. But like showing off, I guess, showing off like, I got all this stuff done. Yeah. But of course, that like that comes into that can very like quickly become like a toxic thing as well, because like some people will be like, I got this done. Why haven't you done that? Oh, and then that's like another thing. It's like rivalry is just like a big question mark. It's like you can, but you're like playing with fire. It's like, yes, it can be very like motivational and fun, but it's just so easy to make that go wrong. Being fulfilled is very reliable and just like applicable to everything. Yeah. And then so just like pretty much getting anything done, you can just be like, hey, I did the thing and voila. But what causes like being fulfilled? Like what fulfills a person, you know? I mean, doing jobs, like accomplishing projects. Yeah, so I guess I would say yeah, just projects, and that's very vague. Let's see. I mean, I guess that could be like art. I mean, I guess that would go under projects. But yeah. Oh, right. Exercise. And exercise will just make you happy in general in the first place because of like how chemicals work in the mind and body and all that. But yeah. But like it's nice to just like do exercise and then you look at your body and it's like, ooh, I have those muscles. I did that. It was hard and I did that thing. And then you can just like keep on doing that thing and just feel good about it. Let's see. Well, another thing. Let's go for like a negative like happiness thing. Indulging. Wait, I can't see. My stupid camera. Indulging. Like food. I'm going off of the board now. But yes, I'm gonna cross that out because you don't want to get fat. Like movies. Oops. How does that look like? Does that look terrible? No, that's fine. And then sometimes, I mean, do I put video games here? I mean, that's the thing about video games. I mean, in general, video games, but not every time. It depends on the video games that you have. But how's that look? Oh, whoops. Yeah. It's so weird writing in VR, especially since like I couldn't find one where I could just push the pen up against the board. But yeah, but yes, video games is a question mark because it depends on which one you got. So it's that kind of thing. It's like you don't want to like indulge on things. So am I gonna become a chef? Probably not, because I find it too easy to like overeat and such because it'll just be all tasty. I've always been a person that used to be like a picky eater, and then eventually it just became like I'm just gonna freaking I'm just gonna go eat food just to satisfy the body to make sure it's like healthy and such. So my diet has never been that bad. But even like when I used to have like junk food, it used to be like because of the way I grew up, I had like soda and candy and all that such. And I'm like, oh, this makes me feel good. I guess I'll go have that. But I didn't realize there was like caffeine withdrawals and all that such. But now it's like I realize what actually makes your body feel a lot healthier. So salads and all that such, I'll go have that. So yeah, have a good diet. Let's see. What other things? Let's see. We'll go over here. Exploring, whether it's like physical places or ideas. I always love like figuring out new things. But yeah, whoops, let's go down here a little bit. But yeah, I'll go like hiking, like psychology in general. I love psychology. Oops. It's so weird writing in VR. Let's see. What other things can you explore? Hiking, explore. Ugh. How dare it take my pen away? I guess that's like off the top of my head. I know there's more things. Oh, wait. Would that be anywhere else? No, actually, you know what? I'm gonna put another one. I'm gonna put another one down here. This is this is such a mess. This is not what I thought it was gonna be like. All right. So here's one I really like. Mastery. I do love mastery over like various things. So, like, oops. I have to keep on looking to make sure like I'm actually looking at the camera. But yes, mastery. And I guess I could make like a side thing of I guess mastery is like the opposite of exploring, because exploring implies you've never done something before. But mastery is when you found something and you stick with it until like you know it like the back of your hand. Wait, what's that? Just kidding. I love that. I love that stupid joke. But like you know it like in and out, like absolutely everything that you could possibly ever do. So I definitely like that. But can you do anything like that? I mean, I guess mastery is just a thing that just happens as you're doing anything. Like mastery of exercise, mastery of art. So it's not like I can really go make another one. That's just a thing that'll just happen. Let's see. Let's go get with some silly ones. Let's see. So I'm gonna go over here. I'm walking into my bed. All right. So let's go for one. Like here's something that like is like maximum pleasure, like absolute happiness incarnate. It's just like when you get that tingly feeling. Oh, one like the tingly feeling. But like I've realized this only happens like a few times like within my life, and it's usually only if like I'm letting other people and like I have 100% like full trust in them and they're doing something really awesome. It's really, I just love it so much. but um, it's not something I can get every time because like once you do it once, like it won't happen. So it just not reliable. And then similarly, like, because I was having fun on my birthday. I absolutely love getting flustered, but like it's very rare because there has to be someone that has like a ton of confidence that to do that, and I can't just go up to someone and be like, "Hey, could you fluster me?" And because like even if like they were down for that, like that'll lessen the effect over time. But my gosh, I had my B-day recently, and that was just so fun. Like someone flustered me to the point where I just wasn't able to speak. So that's fun, but not a reliable thing for like a source of happiness. So it's like we got the being fulfilled kind of stuff. This is like all encompassing of like a lot of things that are reliable, and mastery is reliable, and exploration is always reliable. Those three things I gotta say are pretty reliable. Now that we've done some silly things, let's see. But now let's do the opposite of silly things. What if we went to the dark side? Let's see. Like, let's just go say this because this can get dark real quick. But like, how do I say this without getting too intense? I mean, if you've ever had like a bad time in life, you might get angry. So, revenge, Maria. But yeah, like revenge. Now, I gotta say, this might be a surprise, but I think revenge feels like one of the most like awesome feelings ever. However, just because of that, I don't think you should ever go for revenge, you know? Because it takes a lot of effort and time to go do it, and then when you do it, you'll feel good for a few minutes, but like chances are you're not really gonna like get much out of it afterwards. Of course it does depend, but that's like on the nature of like what it is. But in general, like just focus on making your life happy in other ways. So just don't even bother. Like I've seen revenge, like people who go after revenge destroy their lives so many times that's like I feel like it's kind of pointless. Unless if you know that they're going to go do it in the future and destroy someone else's life or even your life in the future, I wouldn't recommend. Let's see. What other things? What else? I'm trying to think. I don't actually remember. I'm also looking at the thing. Is that... I'm sure there's more... Oh, I know. After all, there's a heart here. Love. Oh, yes. Here's the thing I feel about love. It feels like it's built into every person. But like how much like love will affect your life depends on like the things that have happened in your life. For me, I have difficulties with love. Like I can get lovesick for sure. But um thing is, I have to have everything else in life like down packed before I can feel like totally fine with love. Cause I realized in like the relationships I've had, two of them were like perfect. But despite them being like perfect, like I hated myself too much. I felt like I wasn't doing enough for a lot of things. And then like so many other things. I felt like I could. It's the old saying of if you can't love yourself, how are you gonna love someone else? So I had once I like heard that, like I was able to love myself, and then like it made it a lot easier to go like be happy like being around with other people, because that's one thing I've learned, and it's kind of funny whenever I see someone that's like working their first job. Um, you can tell the ones that like absolutely hate themselves, because if they hate themselves, they're gonna start blaming other people and projecting and all that such. So you must love yourself first. But love. Is there anything we can do about that? I feel like if I wanted to, I can get a relationship whenever I want, but I've never actually gone out to actually try, so I don't know. Because generally, how I've always gone through love is like I'll just do my own thing, and then like I'll get closer and closer with someone, and then we just happen to be lovers after a while. And that's the way I like it, because that means that they know they love you for you, and not just because like you just happen to say the right things on a date, because that feels like it's inauthentic. Ooh, I feel like I should say something on here. Can I say something about authenticity? Authenticity, I think, is incredibly important, but I don't know if I have a reason to go put it on the board. Maybe I'll go talk about that another time. Because that's something that could go on for a long time. I feel. But yeah. Let's see. And I guess an offshoot of that. Or should I? You know what? Actually, I'm going to put it off of this. Off of indulging. Ooh, lust. Ooh, my. Ooh, my. Ooh, my. But I think, for me, like, just the way I grew up, like, it's not always the most fun experience to do naughty bedtime things. But that's because like when I first did it, I had like massive anxiety, and now it's like anytime I do it, it's just like nervousness. Though as time goes on, some people have made me a lot more comfortable in that kind of situation. But overall, I will lose my pen. But overall, it's not worth going after, because like chemicals in the brain and whatever. I've seen many people get addictions to like porn and such. And so many other things. It's just like, not worth it. And at the end of the day, I'll prefer cuddles over naughty times, like every time. You gotta have the smooching and hugging. It feels nice. Let's see here. What else? What other, like... I'm trying to think of, like, what other happy, like, things can happen. Like, what other feelings related to happiness? Is that... Surely there's more. Ooh! Wait, no, that goes off of... I will mention this, though. Is that going to be on this board? It is. Okay. I just want to mention this real quick. It might be called other things and other and whatever, but flow state is like the main thing you want when you're trying to go master something. It's so good. It makes it so your mind can like concentrate on it like real good, and then basically all of your other thoughts in life just like kind of just go away, and your mind just goes into hyper mode on focusing on something. Flow state is like you gotta have a difficult enough thing, but not too difficult that it like overwhelms you. Um, and there's like, yeah, I'm sure there's a flow state chart that you can go look up, but yeah, that's like a super important thing. And then you get into that, and like it's like one of the best feelings ever. That's kind of tied with like rivalry and duels, because that's a very easy way to go get like flow state. Because if you have like a rival of some kind, you're going to be pushing yourself up and they're going to be pushing them up. You're probably going to be around the same like difficulty level and such. However, that's not always the case. Sometimes like one person will improve drastically better than the other person so fast that the other person can't catch up. That happens every now and then. Yeah. So that is a thing. Let's see. What other happiness things? I gotta pull this back a little bit. I keep on bumping into my bed. Uh, ooh, should I put that there? I'll put it right next to rivalry, but like, uh, what would I call this? Seeing things improve, but is there a word? I mean, I guess I could say teaching. Like, if, I can't think of a name to group this all together, but just like watching stuff grow. Planting stuff. And that also goes with like psychology too, is like I like seeing people freaking like improve themselves over time. So that is a thing. Oh, whoops. Let's see. Yeah, because it all started when I was a little kid. Like I used to just be like super focused on doing goals. I mean, sometimes I can still do that, but not as bad as I was when I was a kid. But like, I played Bubble Bobble, and for like a true ending, you need to have two players. So I learned that I had to go frickin' teach someone else how to play the game, and I got so proud whenever they like did better. I'm like, hey, I actually like this, and they're having more fun. This is amazing. And then I would generally forget about that. Like I would always remember liking it, but like I would forget about that until like some later games. But yes, like when I'm teaching people, like it does help like get over like anxiety and stuff, and it also like makes me question like the things that I know as well. Because if you're a good teacher, you won't just be like, this is the one way and only that way. No. Like there's always like a gray area of everything. So you need to be able to like be ready for like the questions that like whoever you're teaching is going to ask. And then like another thing about doing a good job at teaching people is knowing how to get them engaged, which is like another important thing of like psychology. And yeah, it's all that other stuff. But I just really love like seeing people improve over time. yeah. And then I can see why some people say like suggest like having plants in your room. I haven't done that yet, but I've been thinking about doing that because like for one, oxygen's good for you. And then you also get to like go watch something grow over time. But I've always wondered about that because I'm like at some point like you're going to see the plant die, and would that be a bad thing, or do you just like have enough plants that like you'll see one die and then you'll just like be focusing on another one, so you remember to just freaking always remember there's always someone else that needs help, even if like the story that you have with one person is done. I don't know. Let's see. What else? What other things can make a person happy? Yeah, exploring, mastering, and just being fulfilled after doing something that feels like a very freaking all-encompassing. I guess I should say music. Wait, ooh, I should. Do I put music under indulging? Because that's the thing. I mean, I have music running right now because, you know, it'll be boring as heck. Most people aren't going to be used to, like, not listening to music. When I go relax, I do not listen to music because they'll distract my brain. And, like, my brain will start thinking of stories and such that the music brings. And then I don't actually get to relax. So, but if you've been, like, watching lots of stuff for a long time, you'll probably like need some music so you can transition from like overhyped mind to like a more relaxed mind. So that's one reason why I'm like playing the Hollow Knight music. It's nice and relaxing. So it kind of like is like a transition. Because I'll tell you what, I'm not gonna play like I'm not gonna do this listening to like the Quick Brown Fox. I don't think that's gonna. I don't think we need speedcore. Talking about stuff like this, that would be too distracting. Let's see. What else? Exercises could go a lot of ways. Yeah, art. I talked about. What did I write here? Oh, okay. my handwriting's awful. It's almost like I never write, especially not in VR. Let's see. Is that about it? I think that might be good for now, but like I guess the next question is like how can you translate this into like things that you might want? I guess it would just be like, what can you feel fulfilled in that can always explore in, but always have mastery of something? And I think that's one reason why I like fighting games a lot is because it kind of does like a whole bunch of those things. Because if you're not exploring new things, you're gonna just stagnate with the same strategies that you are already having. Eventually someone will catch up to you. So you should always keep on trying to go mess with things. And it's so fun watching some people lab because it's like eventually you're going to get to a point where you start breaking the game. And I just find it hilarious when people like figure out, oh, I broke the game in this way. How can I break it in other ways using this technique? It's so fun. I guess you could mention that with like speed running as well. I think speedrunning is like a very similar thing, though I do see like a lot more like repetition with that. And then there's like also there's also like community involvement with like speedrunning too. Like from what I can tell. I mean, I guess there's community involvement with fighting games too. But yeah. Oh, do I not have that up here? Do I not? Oh, that's important. I mean, it's kind of implied with these other things, but zoop. I think I'm running out of room. All right, so socializing, just interacting with people. But what's that for? Like, I don't know. I guess that would be. Why would someone like to talk to other people? The chaos, the different ways. Yeah, I guess you're always exploring when you talk with someone else, because they're always going through something else in life and adapting to like their circumstances. But I guess you can always feel fulfilled, like trying to go socialize with people. I don't know. This board's getting pretty full here, and I feel like I'm starting to like retread old ground. I'm trying to think. Maybe I need to be a bit more abstract and think of like other like emotional, like happy feels. Let's see. But I think that pretty much like covers all of, like the most main things. Honestly, I feel like I need to like redo this board and then frickin' go off with like these like sort of things, but like I guess I'm trying to think. This is not planned. What the heck? What the heck? I guess that's all the basics I can think of off the top of my head. I'm sure there are other ways to make someone happy, but those are like the ways that I can think of off the top of my head. Oh yeah. I'm sure there's something else I'm forgetting, but this doesn't really help me too much on like trying to like figure out what individual thing that I like to do. Cause this is kind of vague. Cause like hiking, I mean, I've always wanted to go scuba diving. I've always wanted to go skydiving. I mean, I guess it's implied by revenge, but I don't like hurting things, so I don't like fishing or hunting. Even though, like, I've been told that fish are so stupid that they can't comprehend what pain is, I still feel bad. I was traumatized when I was a little kid when, like, I tried, like, putting my fishing pole into the water, and then just, like, the hook got caught in the nose of the fish. And then, like, my friend would, like, just came by and it's like, oh, that happened? Okay. Rip! And it just, like, it started bleeding everywhere. I'm like, oh God. Oh, gosh. So, yeah. I wasn't too much of a fan of that. But fishing is quite relaxing. It gives you time to, like, unwind your mind. Ooh, there's one. That's one I should mention. I've been so distracted by things that you should do. I forgot about the opposite of that. Relaxing. Yeah. Absolutely important. And pretty much that's just saying just don't do stuff. Because that you gotta let your mind have a chance to go like unwind and reallocate like your thoughts so it can properly do everything else. So that's a thing. I guess I should circle that. It might be small, but it really is important. Um, if you do not relax, you will be inefficient. So take a chill pill. Yes. Let's see. Yeah. Because mastery. Should I mention this? I mean, flow state. I mean, I guess flow state kind of encompasses difficulty as well. So that's a thing. Yeah. I mean, because if you're not doing something that's hard, but not too hard, like if it's too easy, then you just kind of like mindlessly do it, and then you're basically like playing a hack and slash game where you're just like pressing the same button over and over, or many shooters. Lots of shooters, you don't have to think about too much. There will be like some skills to go improve, but like a lot of shooters generally don't have a lot going on. It's mainly just like reacting really quickly and knowing like the pathways that other players do and being able to adapt to like what the other individual people are. One of my favorite things about like when I used to play shooters is that like I had a hard time like since I had major anxiety and such, I never really got with like the huge like super competitive groups. So I generally was playing in randoms, so I would generally go up against like other people that are also playing in randoms, and then like I would be able to go take on like multiple other people all the time, but there would always be like it's like every now and then there'll be one, maybe two other guys that are on the same skill level as me, so I have to go figure out like, do I go take out the weak guys first, or do I go after like the big guys that are going to take out like half my team? So that was always fun. It's I kind of miss that, but it's at this point like I feel like that kind of experience is more of like indulging, because I don't see like a correlation between that like those type of video games and going into like real life that much. There is some, but not enough for me to go consider. Yeah. I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, I think that's it. I think it's time to go to the other side. Bop, bop, bop. Oh, wait. Where's my camera? Where's my camera? I need my cam. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where's my camera? Oh, there it is. Got it. So, So we'll go to pin number 3. Hola. I got a new one. So. Oop. Do. So now, make a big hammer. So, now that we're done with talking about the happy stuff, now we go talk about things, the less fun things in life. Like, what are the things that are required for you to go, like, survive, you know? I mean, obviously, I kind of mentioned it earlier, but exercise. If you stop exercising, you won't have energy. You won't have the strength to go do things. I wasn't able to run when I was 19, but I've seen people who are in their 90s being able to run no problem. Exercise is a big deal. Go exercise. No excuses. I'm gonna just circle that. Boom. Exercise required. What else do you need? Let's see. I mean, money. Money is required. But that's the thing. This is one thing I don't know enough about. I mean, there could be like a conversation about like never having money whatsoever, but in general, for the majority of most people, you kind of need money to live the way that you want. What do you need it for? You need a house, food. What else do you need? What else? I mean, clothes. You don't have to buy a lot of clothes. I've only bought like one set of clothes ever since I got out of high school. You don't need a whole lot of clothes. Clothes last a good while if you take good care of them. But of course, there is like an argument to be made that like having different clothes for different occasions can make you feel good, because like I still have like some of my clothes from high school. Like I have this I have striped t-shirts and I don't like the look of those, and those generally make me feel bad when I have those. So it's one of those things. It's like, do I go getting like new clothes or to make me happier? Because you want to make sure like you have things. You don't want to like go luxury, you know. I don't know. But yeah, let's see. I just say needs. What do you need? I mean, I suppose you could live without a house by having a vehicle, maybe a tent, but I don't know the legality of like where you can be. But like if you don't have a house, it's gonna, or like a place to rent, like it's still gonna be kind of a little sketchy, being able to live that way. Let's see, what else do you need money for? It's pretty much all you need. Yeah, because if you don't have clothes, you can't go around in society. You need to have food to stay sustained. I'm going to include like water as well. Whatever. Yeah, shelter. I guess I should say like just shelter in general. You need to protect yourself from the animals and whatever. A tent's not gonna do that. Let's see. But how do you make the money? I don't know. But making it. So you do have to go make money, because if you don't have money, if you're not making the money, like how are you getting your money? Let's see. I think that's pretty much all you really need. There will be times where you're gonna need to go to the hospital, so medical. And that can get expensive real fast. I would do whatever I can to go like minimize the amount of trips to go to the hospital, because they're already like overcrowded all the time. But yeah, I guess like look at biology and such. Yeah. That way you can figure out like how to go fix your body. And maybe even if you still go to the freaking hospital, you can give your your nurse and doctor like maybe give them a better time, depending on how much time you actually spend. um, but yeah, let's see. What else? What else? Oh shit. That just teleported. Okay. But yeah, wait. Oh yeah. Mental stimulation. You need mental stimulation. Use it or lose it, as they say. You gotta keep that neuroplasticity. Exercise, you can make a whole video on that. Mental stimulation can be done in a few different ways. Fighting games is one of those ways that I do that, because it always forces you to think on the fly and always like adapt what you're doing. Of course, it depends on what fighting game you do. If you play like Dragon Ball Fighters, you can just get away with just spamming the same button all the time. Very easy game to get into, but I feel like it's very easy to just be lazy in that game and not actually try to go do the combos. Let's see. Let's see. Wants. And I'll go put a vehicle. Question mark. Do we need? That's the thing. It's like it depends on where you live if you need a vehicle or not. Yeah, and it depends on like how far you have to go travel. If you have to travel very far, it might be a thing. I mean, there are some places where like you literally can't walk anywhere, so you need a vehicle. Otherwise, you're just gonna get run over. But yeah, and then if you have a job that's like out of town, that's you have to go drive. I mean, unless if you get like a reliable taxi or cab or something like that. But like with the prices of gas going so high, I do wonder like how much you should keep on like paying for gas, because I haven't done like all the financing and stuff yet. Let's go what should I name this? Efficient money usage. My brain is I know there's a better word for it, but you know what? Oh yeah, we'll just go with that, efficient usage, because the more you don't want to like freaking waste everything. That's the only reason why I have like any money in the first place, because I've lost like everything I've saved up like twice, so I'm just like kind of paranoid to go buy anything, because yeah, things happened, so I always make sure I have like a little saved up at least. But yeah, oh yeah, if you want to avoid being in debt, because once you're in debt, then you're just dead, from what I've heard. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all I can say about that for the most part. Wants for money, like, what can we say for wants? But yeah, the mental stimulation again, like socializing, cannot be understated. I put it on the other one, but I'll say it again. Socializing is very important. Um. Uh. Hmm. Thought provoking activities. Or wait, I should say hobbies. Hobbies. But not too much. Not too much. Because if you do too much, you'll just like absolutely not be able to think anymore. You need to have your time to be able to relax. What else? Here we go. How about this? Maintenance. Become one of those people that just hang out in the garage all day long, playing with the bits of their car. Hmm. Let's see. Vehicles. Bleh. Your house. Your clothes. I mean, pretty much the same thing that's like up there. I mean, as much as I like having like the ripped holes, like for a while, like I had like a really nice jacket. Well, actually, I have another jacket right now that I'll just like be fine with there being like holes in the freaking elbows because I just think that looks cool. But also it's because it's just like I don't really care too much to have it like patched up. It just I don't know. It's a combination of just liking it, so I just kind of leave them the way they are. But it does get bad after a point, so you do need to like either stitch it up or replace it. So yeah. I gotta say this section is I definitely don't feel confident in this section. I wasn't feeling too confident in the other one, but this one I feel like, oh, what do I even say here? What other things? I mean, you do need to socialize. Let me just circle that. Why not? That's kind of a need. Should I? You do need time alone, though. You need. Oh yeah, but I think that's enough on the other side. You do need to relax. What other needs are there? Bah. All right. Well, how about this? A jarb. Good old jorb there. Kind of a job or oh shit. Own a business of some kind. And that's like why some people are like, become a master of your craft and then sell that. Which is a good thing because if we look back at like the other one, Where's my camera? Okay. If we look back at the other one for a quick moment, like exploring, having mastery, feeling fulfilled, and being able to relax, like that all just like is encompassed by owning your own business, because you can set your own hours, so you know like how much time you can spend to go relax, and how much time you can spend like with improving upon your craft. So, but that's easier said than done, because like as time goes on, like people, it's significantly easier to get good at like any skill nowadays. So becoming a master is not gonna like make that much of a difference compared to someone else nowadays, especially with like AI coming out now. Like if you become like a professional artist, like an AI can pretty much make whatever you do, but just like maybe even better. Nowadays, even if it's doing like kind of cheaty things, people are still gonna like those things. That's just like an example, but there's also gonna be like robots like coming into play at some point. So even if you have a physical job, like a robot might be able to go take over that as well at some point as too. So yeah. So I mean, it's still going to be a while. They still cost like thousands of dollars. But like some companies are already using robots. Most of them are just like very simplified. A lot of them are like narrow AI. But eventually general AI is going to be a thing. But yes. And that's the thing. It's like, do you get a job, or do you try like improving on your own business? It's like, this is something I don't know. It's something I've been thinking about for a long time, but I still don't know. And that's one reason why I'm like, if any job can be taken away at any moment, maybe I should do a job where it's like I go help other people, because in the transition from like having like regular people doing stuff and like having AI do everything for us, it's going to be a long time before people are okay with AI like doing many things. So I think it would be good to look at jobs that like people won't feel happy with AI replacing. You know, like maybe like nurses, like surgeons, like therapists and such. So there, yeah. I guess I should say, let's say, make it irreplaceable. Oops. That doesn't look like a very good C. Okay. Irreplaceable. But of course everyone can be replaced. But you can try to be irreplaceable. You want to keep your humanity intact, because AI will be able to perform everything better. I don't know if that's going to happen in our lifetime, though. That's just me going like, oh no, it's happening, ah. But, yeah. Let's see. What else? I guess I should mention these other things. You want to be charming? Make people happy? Because if everyone hates your guts, you're going to be replaced immediately. which is why a lot of people are like, "Hey, I'm not actually rich. I'm just a poor person, just like you. Go buy my product." um, and then let's see. Pop, pop, pop. You want to be adaptable. Even if you have to give up... What the heck? What's going on here? Uh-oh. No! You want to be adaptable, because if you're not adaptable, like, you'll just be stuck in one job. Oh, I moved my taskbar. No, go here. There we go. So even if you become a master of your craft, you may have to go make significant changes to continue your craft, or maybe even do something else completely. But yeah, I'm sure there's like a bunch of other things about making money and jobs and such on YouTube, but like those are just some things off the top of my head. I will say this though. Let's see. Am I off? Nope. Okay. Your question your thoughts? Question your rules? Question your assumptions. There you go. Yes, question your assumptions, because things can always change to like need something else instead. Yeah. Because so many times, like, people will get so used to just like saying no. This isn't how you do it. This isn't how you do it. Because if you've ever like gotten really good and mastered something, you'll notice a pattern of like people trying to get into something and insisting that something is one way, even though that they don't know what the heck they're talking about at all. So sometimes it's very easy for you to just be like, hey, I've said this a bajillion times. This isn't how you do it. But sometimes, like, a lot of people will master something, but they'll just like miss one thing, and then they'll just be living that lie for like a long time, and it like what they'll just coast off of like all the other good stuff that lie will never really have to be bothered with. So because they're not questioning it, because they do well enough with everything else that they don't need to get better at it. And then because they're such a master, no one's going to question what they think, except for the newbies. So of course, like, they're not going to go try figuring that out. The only person that could go like question someone that's really good at something is the person that's doing it themselves. So that's a very important thing. That's why you'll see like a lot of high performing people like do absolutely amazing things, but then like do the dumbest things ever, because they aren't questioning that part of what they need to do. So that's very important. Always question yourself so you can improve. There is always something to like get better at, and if you feel like you're the best person ever, even if that is true, there's still more to go. Like, most people don't go anywhere near like the best that they can do, for one reason or another. And I am definitely not like a perfect being or whatever. I definitely have many flaws. Explaining these things and actually saying like this is probably like not the most important things. I'm pretty sure there's like very important things I'm missing here, but like it's something. I'm trying to make like a transitioning thing. I don't present things like this to people very much. So after all, like I could never present things when I was in school because of the massive anxiety. So, yeah. Um, let's see. Um, anything else? I mean, keep your mind active, keep your body active. You gotta have your money going. Maintenance. I forget. It's been such a long time, but I think the term is feng shui. Basically, just like I could be totally wrong. Oh wait, actually, I have my freaking browser here. Oh, wow! I'll go look at that. I feel so dumb. I forget. What is feng shui? That is the term, right? Oh, that's not what I thought it was at all. All right, never mind. That's not what I thought it was. Never mind. Because what I actually want to go talk about is organizing, like your house, your notes, and everything else. This is not like the most organized, but it was like the first kind of way to organize things that I could think of. Since I'm just doing this on the fly, this is just like the first thing that I thought of. But yes, a cluttered room leads to a cluttered mind, as they say. I think I said it over there at some point, but like, when I look around in my room, like there's a lot of things. I don't have a whole lot of room in my room. So I actually need to take a lot of things out of my room and move it into another room, because anytime I look at anything, it makes me go, hey, I need to go do that now. I need to go do that now. I need to go do that now. So it's very important to have only the essentials in your bedroom. And that's why some people are like, hey, never do work when you're inside your bedroom, and make sure like you do nothing in your bedroom except for sleep. That way your body, when it goes into the bedroom, it already subconsciously like is starting to shut down your body because it's telling you, hey, go sleep now. And then there's like stuff like that applies to like every other thing in your life. And then like if you're trying to go do like better habits and such, like exercising, for example, like if you have exercise clothes, put exercise clothes next to the area where you're going to go exercise. That way it's already there, right, ready for you to go. No excuses to go be like, oh, I don't see my exercise. Oh, well, I don't have time. No. It's right there. It's already set up. So, preparation. Very important. Be prepared. Let's see. How do I mention this? How do I mention this? Remove clutter. There. Because otherwise it's just going to be sticking around you, like getting in your way. The less things in the way of your success, the less likely it is to distract you. So yeah, put it in totes, put it aside, something like that. Yeah, and don't fall victim to the hoarder mentality. Yeah. One thing I realize is like I'll look at like how many tabs I have on YouTube, and recently it's been like hundreds of like tabs, and I realized like how much time I was wasting like spending on YouTube. Let's see. Wait, or should I put that somewhere else? I guess that's organizing. Time management. Write down, whether it's in a journal or somewhere else, time management. You'd be surprised how much time goes in some things. Some things may take no time at all. May take a lot less time than you might think. Other things will take way more time than you think. And that's usually the way it goes. It's usually more time than you think. So go write down how much time it takes for you to do things. And if you get distracted doing it, you might want to write down like what distracted you and how long you were distracted for. I know that seems like a bit excessive, but if you haven't been writing down like how much time you've been doing for a long, long time, it is a very, very nice wake-up call to get your butt in gear. Yeah, because, you know, for me, like, I spent like thousands upon thousands of hours playing video games growing up, so my sense of time is not the greatest, because I'm just like, something's not done, just put more time into it. And when I was younger, when I didn't have a job, like, I could just do that. I would just finish everything. Just put more time into it. But once you get a job, like, you can't just put more time into it because your time is getting put into your job. So, yeah, I would have done things differently when I was younger. I would have managed my time better because I didn't realize, like, how low the quality of time was with a lot of video games. It's like, as much as I love MMORPGs, I can't go grinding all the time. A lot of MMORPGs have like reduced the grind, but like there's still a lot of games out there that will do everything in their power to go distract you from like anything else in life, which will often come at the cost of like your life quality just like dropping entirely. And those companies aren't going to care if like if your life becomes crud, because they'll have made the money like years of money before like the bad stuff really happens to you. So yeah. But yeah, I'd say like you can always play video games. You just gotta be careful about it. Don't feed the companies that use bad business tactics to keep you addicted. Make sure it's worth your time. And I know that's hard because like almost when I grew up, like most people were like, "Hey, you're playing video games? Oh, you're being stupid and you're childish and whatever." And now everyone's like, it's almost like expected for everyone to play video games. Like, I've always been online most of my life, so of course I know video games. But like nowadays, like it's so funny just seeing going in around town. Like there used to be no one talking about video games. But now, like, I'll hear people just talking about video games in passing, like, everyone. Like, I don't think there's almost no one that, like, isn't like that. The only people that I don't hear that, like, play a bunch of video games are the people that are, like, overworking themselves to death. The ones that, like, work, like, 60 to 80 hours. The people that work, like, 80 hours, I'm just like, you're not doing any chores, are you? So, and they expect someone else to go do the chores. It's just like, my goodness, that's I just can't imagine that. Let's see. Yeah, because when I was working 60 hours, I didn't even have time to exercise. It was just chores, work, chores, sleep, and then cut into sleep until I started hallucinating. So you need to make sure you have plenty of time. Yeah, wants. I don't know what to say about wants. You gotta have some money for wants, but not too much. For me, like, using the computer is like the most important thing. That's basically how my brain operates, is using the computer. I could try freaking going cold turkey on electronics, but like almost everyone uses the computer now. So it's like you kind of need a computer. Would we consider that a need? I mean, you do need a phone. If someone's going to hire you, they're going to think it's pretty sketchy if you don't have a phone, and you always need like an emergency thing. A computer, you're probably going to need it. It makes life significantly harder if you don't have a computer. Computer, and then like internet. Internet. Alright. Does that go off to the side? No, it doesn't. Okay. Oh, yeah. Can still see it, just not that well. But yeah, I think that's good enough. I've filled up the board. I'm sure there's like a lot more things I could go into. Like I could probably put in like self-defense stuff here. I feel like that's something that doesn't get talked about nearly enough, is self-defense. It's very good to be like nice to other people and all that stuff, but like you definitely need to be able to like defend yourself, and yeah. I guess that's that. I think it's time to have a bit more fun now. But oh wait. Hola. There. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do something fun. And because I'm a nerd. Oh wait, what? Oh, whoops. Yeah. There we go. You see that? It's smash. Because I want to make like a happiness like part 2 kind of thing. Like what kind of things do I enjoy? So yeah. I kind of just want to explain like the reasons why I like all these characters. Cuz like they kind of represent like something different. So it's kind of fun. Of course, oh my gosh, I feel kind of silly for talking about this now. It sounded like a good idea at the time. But yeah. I guess I should start off simple. I like competitive things. So I'm going to say like I can't drag and drop. Okay. No, I can't drag and... Really? Do I have to go over here and... Why can't I drag and drop? Oh, wait. Wait, hold up. Hold up. I can do this. There's a thing. There's a thing I can do, right? Wait. Where is it? Settings. Wait. Professionalism. Oh my god, I forget. I'm trying to use OVR Toolkit, but there's like a way to change things. Wait, global settings, right? Input. Well, if I disabled that. Wait, oh. Oh, wait, that? Yeah, there we go. I gotta disable the touchpad stuff. So there we go. There. Whoopsies. I know what I'm doing, I swear. But yeah, we'll start off simple with competitive feels. Like I said before, I like the rivalry kind of things. So these are like kind of characters that, oh shit. These are kind of characters that I like to do like rivalry kind of things. Wait, I can just walk back. I was too close to my bed anyways. But yeah, yeah. Because I've always liked Meta Knight and Sheik because to me it's like I look at them and they just seem like the ultimate like super tryhard characters. There we go. And then let's see here. And then Lucario is a character. He has like a soft spot in my heart because he is very tryhard, but he knows the importance of relaxing because of like various things in his movie. It's just like relax so you can actually be able to focus. I guess I could have said that with like the, oh gosh, that was my Discord. Sorry about that. I forgot to disable that. But yeah. But that's one thing I want to do is like I want to look into Buddhism stuff because I've some of the things that I've seen from Buddhism like help me like relax a lot because you can be happy doing anything, literally anything. However, just because you can be happy from anything doesn't mean you should do those things. Like you should enjoy everything because there are some things you're not going to be happy with, and there's reasons for that. You have to like listen to your emotions. That's very important. So like Lucario is kind of important. So I like playing Lucario. So I don't know. And that's one reason why I have a hard time like maining characters because like I like having them because they put me in a certain headspace and certain play styles and whatever. So it's like actually sometimes like every now and then I'll kind of use that as a tool. So I like if I'm being like too serious all the time, maybe I'll go play a silly character like Ganondorf or Bowser. Ganondorf's a bit on the competitive side, but like Bowser is always silly. But like the silliest character that I'll never be able to like keep is King Dedede. It's just like, oh, I can't take him seriously ever. It's like, funny thing is like I actually do very good with King Dedede unless if I'm playing Shulk or Sephiroth or anyone else that's like kind of fast with long range. Like King Dedede, like I usually just absolutely wreck people with, despite never using him for some reason. He's just such a weird character. He moves so strangely. But, like, it just always reminds me to... just because there's, like, certain rules to life and, like, trying really hard, like, can get you very far. That doesn't always... That's not always, like, the golden rule that, like, must be followed. Sometimes just messing around will actually get you further in life. Because you get to see opportunities that were not there originally. So you need to be able to go have some fun. So I do like that. Let's see. Ooh, yeah, I do like the Samuses because they kind of remind me that like I do like horror stuff and I like scaring people because one of my favorite things to do in Smash is to charge up the charge shot, but not actually shoot it. What the difference between having a charge shot charged and not having it charged? I just absolutely I love seeing the difference in playstyle from the other people because like if I don't charge it, I mean if I mean if I have it charged, that's just a massive damage I can do at any moment, and then I'll just like make a mess of them. But if they don't respect the charge shot, then I can just absolutely demolish their stock from doing massive damage with it constantly. And I just love it. It's just like I have this threat here, but I usually won't like actually go do it. And that's why I love Ridley so much because he's kind of like an in between for like being kind of competitive and trying to like move properly. But then again, he'll just randomly just like sucker punch you like right out of nowhere, like the Space Pirate Rush. Like after he's been like poking for a while. Like the skewer, I love the skewer because the skewer, like, unlike anything else in the game, Falcon punches and Warlock punches can kind of do it for like a match, but like skewers, if you hit someone with a skewer, it's like one of the hardest moves to land. So if you hit it with them, it's like it'll like mess with them for like the rest of the set, or like many, or maybe just like the rest of the day. I just absolutely love landing skewers, but it's so hard. But you have to absolutely know someone down to like every little movement of what they're doing for you to be able to land it. So it's not reliable, but my gosh, I only have to land that once in a day and my day has been made because I love seeing like how much it just shatters the other person's mind. I guess I should mention that like the Spy was one of my favorite classes in TF2 because I absolutely love like messing with people and seeing like and just staying cloaked somewhere, just watching them just like panic and look everywhere around. It's like, oh, where could he be? I miss playing Spy. It was such a fun class. But yeah, right now there's like so many bots in TF2. I hope they do fix that at some point. But yeah, I absolutely love like, I mean, that's another thing I forgot to mention. I probably could have gone way more into the video game section for like happy things, because that's also like why Among Us is kind of interesting, because it makes you detect liars a lot easier, but it makes it a lot easier for you to get used to lying to get out of things, which, so it's like lying is like a double-edged sword, because if you lie, like you're more likely to take the option that doesn't let you like improve as a person, but you'll be able to go detect like when other people are saying BS. I generally like to like be honest with people, even though I may love like playing the Spy. That the Spy is an exception to that kind of rule. Let's see. What's some other thing? Here we go. Mario, Mr. like, he's basically the Shoto of Smash. Though he's a bit strong in this game, so he's not really that much of a Shoto. He's just kind of overpowered. So, but like, I like having characters that are kind of balanced. I guess a better example for like a balanced character would be, where are they? Am I blind? I might be blind. Oh, there they are. Yeah, would be Pit and Dark Pit. They still have some jank. All characters in Smash have jank. Like, Dark Pit will kill like super early and but like Pit his arrows are just really annoying because they can literally hit you pretty much like anywhere because you can curve them so much. But at least you have to like control it really. You have to be really good at using the arrow because it's very fast. It's kind of hard to get used to. You actually have to practice it a little bit. I don't know how much practice you need to get like really good with it, but like I have always seen it. I'm just like, it looks annoying. I don't want to annoy my friends. Yeah. With that said, though, people will get annoyed. Like, people get so annoyed with King DDD. Like, if I use Lucario, like, just the existence of Aura, just, like, tilts people so much. Casual players will just hate it because they're like, hey, you just got a thing out of nowhere for no reason. And then competitive players will just be like, oh, this isn't honorable or whatever. You can't do that. And I'm just like, yeah, I used to hate that Aura too, but then I just realized it's just like different states of play. It's just a little bit different, but like the Aura is just basically like an extreme version of like Smash's like general mechanics, and Lucario is just like a really bad character without like high Aura. Like in Ultimate, he's pretty bad. He has mix-ups, being able to use B-Reverse, but like overall, like I play like most other characters, I'm like, yeah, he's pretty bad. Because in Smash 4, he was really good. Like, I absolutely decimated people with Lucario anytime I used him. But Lucario is so hard to use in Ultimate. Let's see. What's another thing? I know. I just feel like gushing about Smash characters. Let's see. Oh my god, it's 1:30 in the morning. Oh no. I don't know. But yeah. Yeah. I do like showing off with Captain Falcon. He's kinda goofy. I guess it's kinda similar to Ganondorf, but yeah. It's kinda fun. Fox I really like. I like Fox a lot more than like Sheik. Also, this isn't like a tier list of characters I like better or worse. It's just like these are characters that like there's a reason why I struggle to have a main, because I love all the characters in Smash for their own reasons. They just put me in a different mindset. So, but like Fox, like a lot of the other speed characters, they have their set combos and you just want to go do those combos. But Fox, like all of his stuff is just strings. It's like you can hit someone, but then they can get out of it if they just air dodge out of it. You just have to like, as when you're playing Fox, you have to figure out, are they going to air dodge or are they not? Whereas everyone else is just like guaranteed. So I absolutely love playing Fox. He just gets in there. Yeah. And there's a reason why he's the face of Melee. Even though like you don't have all the Melee tech in later games. I would never want to play Fox in Melee though. Someone's broken their hands that way. And that's one reason why I like sword characters. So like anyone from like Fire Emblem, I just love the sword characters. It's just like you see the attack, it has a specific purpose. Go deal with it. It's not going to be like some sort of crazy combo unless if it's Roy. Roy's kind of like a combo character more than this sword character. But yeah, you see the sword, and then you go deal with it. However, I gotta say, like most of the sword characters are a bit bland. I mean, Smash characters in general are kind of bland. They don't have like super complex stories or whatever. But yeah, they are pretty bland. But there's one that does have a kind of a complex story. I love the heck of Sephiroth's story. I might just relate to it a little bit. Just a bit. But yeah, I could probably make a video on that. I probably won't though. I think there's enough like videos talking about Sephiroth on the internet. But yeah. Um, but yeah, I absolutely love playing him because he's just kind of like a mixture of like other characters. Like I can be silly with him by like doing silly things with the Giga Flare. I can just like throw the freaking Shadow Flare, call it Skittles, and just see what the opponent does, how they panic, having like a little thing float around them. And then I can just decide to go up air a lot, even though up air is like very laggy. I'm just like, huh, go deal with this. And then if people aren't used to playing Sephiroth, it's gonna take them a hot minute to get used to like his huge thing. So it's kind of fun. But then like once people get used to that, it actually comes. He gets like really balanced because he's very sluggish. So if Sephiroth is throwing out things randomly for no reason, he'll get like punished for it by most characters at least. Um, so yeah, I absolutely love him. He's just like a balance of everything. And then, but yeah, like the personality that like he has in Smash is basically just like how I feel when like I've mastered a video game and then I'm just having fun, just like messing around, like beating people that don't know what they're doing and seeing what I can get away with. So I absolutely love like Sephiroth. Um, Now while I'll always be like, oh, who should I main? Because I love all the characters. On paper, it's Sephiroth. Like there's just so much everything. I love the character. I love the way he looks. He's also flashy. His gameplay is like perfect. It's just like everything. So yeah, I love playing him. Uh is there some character I don't like playing though? Ooh, now that's the hard question. If there's one that I don't like playing, um, I mean, I guess like the only way to really say that I don't like playing a character is if it's something that people hate. Um, and then I would have to be just like kind of whatever. Oh, I know which one I don't like playing. Min Min. I play a fighting game to go see the different types of like ways like people deal with things. Min Min does one attack basically. Like I know it's like also Nair and a couple other things, but generally you're just shooting your arm across the entire stage for the majority of the match. There's and you shut down like what other people can do completely. It's just like you're simplifying the game so much that it's just now not my thing. I don't like it. um, I mean, there are some other characters that can shut down like some things. Like Snake will shut down like a lot of what some characters can do because like his frame one grenades will stop certain combos. Um, and his grenades will shut down some projectiles. But overall, like, there's like an actual way to go play against him, even though he does shut down some ways. So I actually really love how Snake is done. Also, like, I love playing chess a lot. So, like, Snake's gameplay of just, like, thinking, like, way ahead of time for, like, perfectly timed strikes. And just having stuff, like, mentioned, like, every single place on the board all the time. And knowing when to, like, also sacrifice your own health to go take out the enemy. Like, Snake just feels like playing chess. I just absolutely love doing that. Also, he's very silly with all of his explosions. And that helps. So, chess with explosions. That's Snake. I absolutely love playing him. So yeah. Bah. Let's see. Is there anyone else I want to go mention? I mean, I like the Link because, like, I feel like I can just do anything with him. The Nair is stupid. Projectiles are dumb. But yeah, I could say that about all the other Links. It's just like Toon Link and Young Link are a lot faster Toon Link with the projectiles. I kind of don't want to use Toon Link because of his over-reliance on projectiles, and people hate dealing with projectiles. I actually like fighting people with projectiles. One of my favorite matchups when I was getting into Elite Smash with a random character was like Donkey Kong. Like the character that was gating me from getting into Elite Smash with a Toon Link, and I had to like think so hard because Donkey Kong's so freaking huge, and then Toon Link is so fast. It's just like, it was absolute like a test of my patience to go get him in there. So I kind of like that. Let's see. Game & Watch is a silly character, but I can't play him that much. Every time I play him, I'm just like, I want to use a 9 on that person now. I'm going to do whatever I can to get a 9. That's why I can't play Captain Falcon. I want to get the Falcon Punch. I may resist the urge for a while, but eventually it'll come down to me going Falcon Punch time. And the funny thing is, I can actually get away with that even on tournament-going players. I'm just like, yes, you go to tournaments and I still hit you with it. Ha! Oh, I love it. Sonic. I love going fast. And oh my god, I can't tell you how many times I've had to say, hey, just take a chill pill, just chill out, let's go have fun, yeah, don't worry about it. Meanwhile, it's just so funny because sometimes, like when I've watched back some like footage that I haven't uploaded yet, but like I can just hear it in the other person's voice. It's just like, oh my god, he's so fast, oh my gosh, holy crap, what's he gonna do? Oh no! I'm just panicking because they never know what Sonic's going to do because he's so stupidly fast. I love Pichu because I love being small and being like scared and such and running away from things. But for the other person, they're like, oh my god, I gotta just squash that stupid little rat. He keeps running away. It's almost like people get more annoyed with Pichu than Sonic. Even though Pichu is like significantly slower. It's just Pichu is so small. I love him so much. My gosh darn. I guess I should mention about Pikachu. I can't play Pikachu because like I've seen my friends. I just view Pikachu as like an old friend, so he's one character I can't play. But he is just significantly just way better than Pichu. He has more range. I think he has better combos, but I don't know. Pichu has like some simpler combos, but Pichu is still a really hard character to go play. Lightest character in the game that also hurts itself. Yeah, it's no joke. Oh my god. Oh my god, Yoshi. It's so fun. I love throwing eggs at people. I don't know. I think I've talked about most of the main ones. If I talk about the rest, I'll probably go on for like another hour. And because I'll want to go talk more and more. But yeah. I think that's enough for now. I think you get the point of like why I love like the Smash roster so much. There's just so much. But yeah, I hope you had fun watching this. It was a bit aimless next time. I plan on doing something similar to this next year, but I'll try to like make it more organized in some way, because this video did not like go as planned at all, but I got some things off my chest, and now I'll go like have some things like thought out. It'll give me like a little bit of a thing to think about. Yeah, didn't help me quite as much as I thought it would. I'm still kind of clueless on what I want to do with my life, so oopsies. Because yeah, it's I don't know. I think I'm just getting too tired at this point. I didn't think it was like 2 a.m. because I got interrupted like a whole bunch earlier today, so it's way later in the day than it was. So I'm a bit on the tired side. So oh yeah, yeah. I'll see you later. The next time I record is gonna be like a vlog thing, talking about this month. So yeah, goodbye.